Sweden's Saab Gripen is forcing a conversation the defense establishment hates having. The narrative has long been that only the most technologically advanced, most expensive fifth-generation fighter can secure a nation's skies. Yet the Gripen's continued success and smart evolution present a starkly different reality. This is not a story of a second-rate jet. It is the story of a highly capable, cost-effective, and strategically brilliant alternative that exposes the F-35's most glaring weaknesses. The Gripen is not a show horse designed for air shows and political photo ops. It is a workhorse. Let's cut through the noise and talk dollars and cents, because in defense procurement, the budget is the ultimate arbiter of strategy. The sticker price is where the comparison begins, and it is a stark one. While both the F-35A and the Gripen E can be found with flyaway costs in the $80 to $90 million range, this figure is often misleading. The F-35's associated costs, from specialized ground equipment to infrastructure upgrades and initial spare parts packages, often inflate the real acquisition costs significantly. Saab, on the other hand, has built its export model on offering more transparent, all-inclusive packages that often bundle training, initial support, and weapons, making the upfront investment far more predictable for budget-conscious governments. The real killer, however, is the operational cost. This is the metric that determines how often you can actually fly the jets you buy. A single Saab Gripen E can be acquired for an estimated $85 million, while a Lockheed Martin F-35A's flyaway cost hovers around the same figure, but often with a much higher life cycle price tag. More critically, the Gripen E's cost per flight hour is estimated to be under $10,000 for some operators, while the F-35's is still stubbornly stuck above $36,000, with a target of $25,000 remaining an aspirational goal. For a country like Canada, which faces the monumental task of patrolling the world's second-largest landmass and the immense expanse of the Arctic, these numbers are not just details on a spreadsheet. They represent the fundamental difference between having a credible, persistent air presence and owning a small fleet of exquisite, hangar-bound assets. The Gripen is a product of Swedish strategic thinking, a philosophy forged during the Cold War under the constant threat of a superpower neighbor. In stark contrast, the F-35 Lightning II is a marvel of American technological ambition. It is a stealth aircraft, a flying sensor node, and a data fusion powerhouse designed to penetrate the most contested airspace on the planet. Saab designed a light, single-engine, multi-role fighter that didn't require pristine, sprawling air bases. It was built to be dispersed, to operate from short, improvised runways and even stretches of public roadway. Its maintenance was designed to be handled by a small team of conscript-level technicians with minimal specialized equipment. This philosophy of resilience and operational flexibility is baked into the Gripen's DNA. It is a machine designed to be used frequently and in harsh conditions, offering a level of readiness and sortie generation that more complex aircraft simply cannot match without an enormous logistical tail. It is an apex predator, but one that requires a very specific, very expensive habitat to thrive. Its suite of integrated sensors and its ability to network with other assets on the battlefield are genuinely revolutionary. However, this unmatched capability comes at a price far beyond the initial purchase cost. When we strip away the cost and look purely at what these jets can do, the picture becomes more nuanced. The F-35's primary selling point is its very low observability, or stealth. This is a game-changing attribute against advanced integrated air defenses. The F-35 was designed to be the tip of the spear, kicking down the door by neutralizing enemy radar and surface-to-air missile sites so that other, less stealthy aircraft can operate more freely. Its ability to penetrate contested airspace, gather intelligence with its powerful sensor suite, strike targets with precision before the enemy even knows it's there, a capability the Gripen cannot match head-on. The Gripen, however, was never designed to be a stealth door kicker. It is a multi-role fighter that excels at a different but equally critical set of missions. An exceptional air-to-air platform, particularly with the Meteor long-range missile for defensive counter-air, the mission of protecting a nation's airspace, the Gripen is formidable. Powerful radar, advanced electronic warfare suite, high maneuverability. It can also perform strike missions, anti-ship missions, reconnaissance missions. This raises a crucial question of mission priority for Canada. The RCF's likely day-to-day mission is not penetrating Russian or Chinese airspace, it is air policing under NORAD. The weapon loadout presents an interesting trade-off. To stay stealthy, the F-35 carries fuel and weapons internally, limiting payload. In non-stealthy configs, it can use external pylons, but that negates stealth. The Gripen carries a substantial, flexible array on 10 external hardpoints. Diagram: Gripen E versus F-35A loadouts, highlighting Gripen's external stores, air-to-air munitions, air-to-ground munitions. For many scenarios, more missiles in the air is a significant tactical advantage. As of 2025, the F-35A's cost per flight hour remains stubbornly high, with the U.S. Air Force reporting figures that can exceed $36,000. The long-promised goal of $25,000 by 2025 has not been met. In comparison, operators of the Gripen C and Gripen D report cost per flight hour figures as low as $4,700 up to around $8,000. Even the newer Gripen E is projected by Saab to operate for well under $15,000 per hour. This isn't a small difference, it's a chasm. It means a nation could fly 3 Gripen sorties for the same cost for every single F-35 sortie. This operational differential has profound strategic implications. Pilot proficiency is not a given, it is earned through constant, rigorous training. A lower cost per flight hour allows for more flight hours, which translates to sharper pilots, better tactical development, and a higher state of overall readiness. Furthermore, sustainment costs of the F-35 are tied to a U.S.-controlled global logistics system known as ALIS, now Odin. This system dictates mission planning, maintenance scheduling, and parts ordering. While it offers a massive shared supply pool, it also removes a degree of sovereign control. Nations become dependent on this global network, which can be a strategic vulnerability. The Gripen's emphasis on simpler maintenance and fewer proprietary components offers nations a greater degree of logistical independence. That allows for predictable long-term budgeting and ensures readiness isn't solely dependent on an international supply chain that could be strained in crisis. A fighter jet is only useful if it can fly, and the ease of maintenance is a critical, often overlooked factor in a fleet's combat effectiveness. Design philosophies of the Gripen and F-35 diverged dramatically. Gripen was designed for ease of maintenance in austere conditions. Saab engineers were tasked to enable rapid field servicing, refueled, rearmed, engine swapped by a small team with standard tools in a remote location. Result: remarkable turnaround times. A Gripen can be refueled and rearmed for an air-to-air mission in under 10 minutes, maximizing sortie generation in high-tempo conflict. Maintenance ability has massive implications for Canada, especially Arctic operations. The Canadian Arctic is vast, sparsely populated with limited infrastructure. Operating from smaller, less equipped forward operation locations is not a benefit, it's a necessity. Gripen's advantages: minimal logistical footprint, shorter runway capability, proven cold weather performance. It does not require specialized hangars, climate-controlled facilities, a deep bench of highly trained technicians. This operational flexibility is a strategic asset.